Although the trip from Goma to Kisangani is only just over 1,000 kilometers long, it's still taken us 5 days to get here. Kisangani is significant because we now switch over to traveling on water.
So it's day 4 on the boat. We're a bit stuck because the ship ran into a sandbank. People have got so pissed off with the captain that they've just started looting beers. So we're on like our 3rd beer now. The captain's now too scared to come to the boat. So you must be careful of the woman.
You must be very, very careful. Don't accept the foods from girls. It comes in the dreams and tell you, you accepted my food, now you are becoming my husband. She wants you.
Me? Yeah, I've got a girlfriend. This place.
I'm so stuck to be getting all this food.
So we're heading out from Bumba to a little town called Lusada. It's our first night journey. We're literally on 2 little mokoros. This is one of those we have to see how it pans out. It could be a disaster, could be a lot of fun. So we'll see.
So Luke's quite bummed. We got on this boat last night, and in the middle of the night there was just this splash and his bag, his whole backpack went overboard. So yeah, so we now one backpack down that had all the medical stuff and it had all Luke's clothes, all the writing for the trip. Yeah, so it's a little bit of a bummer. But we also just can't believe how unceremonially it just went up off the boat. Like, we kind of heard a splash. His bag was sort of in the middle of the boat, and we heard a splash, and like no one really did anything. They just sort of left it, and then past like 5 minutes later, we wanted to get something out, and then they were suddenly just like, water. Bag went in the mai, which is water. So yeah, a bit of a dent on the vibe of this beautiful river.
Okay, take one.
Hi, my name's Jordan.
My name's Luke.
Donovan. I'm a filmmaker, environmental science student.
I've always wanted to go to the Congo since reading Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness. You know, it sort of depicted Africa as a savage and barbaric place, and it was something very different to what I'd experienced of Africa.
I first heard about Mekele and Bembe when I was about 10 years old. Got a very large body, neck like a diplodocus with a long tail. Most of the expeditions that have gone there haven't come back with anything solid. So yeah, it would just be the ultimate claim to find the thing.
We heard of this Don. He was sort of just gung-ho enough to do it.
It sounded wild, and these two dudes sounded crazy enough to pull it off. So I said, why not?
He say he lives on the river.
And is it dangerous?
He can eat.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous. He eat the people.
Okay.
He eat the fish. He eat the animal. It's dangerous.
Yeah. And Ribi, have you seen it?
You are Omonango. He killed this espèce, but he eats.
He eats it?
Yes, he eats it.
Does it taste good?
It's very good.
It's very good.
For to eat.
After 2 weeks of being cooped up on our barge from Kisangani to Bumba, we welcomed the step down to the 2 pirogues tied together by a tiny motor. DRC has kind of felt like a roller coaster with so many highs and lows, and we're a bit in awe of the jungle's vastness and almost magnificent slowness. Hopping off at Lasala, we're taken in for questioning by immigration as usual. It takes a few hours because we refuse to pay the bribe. By the time we're finally sent on our way, we actually just want to get out of the town. So we decide to hit the road after being told our best bet is to head northwest to a town called Gemina. For Luke, it means beginning afresh after losing all his belongings. Personally, I've woken up feeling pretty tired and sick, and the heat is only making things worse.
A little bit of a walking washing line now. So all my clothes that are left. So I bought this shirt in the market today. This is the one I was wearing, and I have this to my name now, which is like water and toothbrush and starting from scratch.
It's literally the hottest drink I've ever had in my life.
It's literally a piri drink. Pepper. Hey, hot pili.
Chili.
Pepper. It's pepper. Some like piri kind of, I don't know what it was. It's like a pepper juice. So I'll know not to buy that now.
This is dinner.
Our day of walking ends outside an old Catholic monastery next to the local soccer field. Because of the emptiness of DRC, we're at the point where we just sleep wherever we stop. So we find a little veranda on one of the buildings and set up camp. The moment the sun drops, we're bombarded by mosquitoes, hundreds of them. But as we're lying there thinking it's going to be one of those nights, the resident priest comes out and offers us a spare room. We're told we can stay as long as we like, and we're obliged for an extra night in the hope that it will help Jordan's recovery.
In the morning I don't feel much better, just the same headache and tiredness. For all our walking, we've only covered about 25 k's and still not seen a single truck. It's nothing in the grand scheme of reaching Gemina, but we're just kind of plodding forward in the hopes that something might eventually come along. Covered in mozzie bites, just one. Still need some more underwear, Luke.
So we moved on from Bumba. We caught a small little, like 2 dhows that were sort of tied together and packed with all sort of bags of maize and people and stuff. It was an overnight sort of ferry to Lisala. For me personally, it was a bit of a bummer. Bonjour. Because my bag fell off in the middle of the night. Very sort of, no one really cared. No one even woke me up and said anything, which is irritating because I mean, we could have been at the time traveling in like waist deep water. And then I woke up to this empty space behind me and my bag was gone. So that was a bit frustrating, and obviously I've lost everything. Lost my clothes, lost my sleeping bag. But I mean, those are small things. I've also lost all my writing, my books. And as we found out, I lost the tent, which is really frustrating. And yeah, so it's nice to get out the town, but it's a little bit of like kind of going nowhere slowly. We got told this is a good road in Congo, but I mean, as you can see, it really is just like a little dust track. So we're not like, we've been on it for 3 days now, and we've literally only passed 1 truck. So we really do have like just our fingers crossed, waiting for sort of something to come past. It's not looking very promising at the moment, but.
Find some cheap nachos. We've been gluttons.
Literally 20 South African cents, or about 2 American cents per nacho. So.
Village man. I am a village man.
Oh, the village man, okay.
Yes.
Is this one your house?
Yes.
You're staying here?
Thank you.
Merci.
Le repos, c'est pas mauvais.
Yeah. How far to Gemena?
Ici, il faut aller quand là, vous allez beaucoup marcher, il fallait vous reposer. Demandez, nous pouvons se reposer ici. Vous allez voir une place de se reposer calmement.
Did you watch AC Dingo this week?
Oui. Quand vous venez, vous quittez très loin, vers Soudan, jusqu'ici, combien de kilomètres? C'est ça. Ne peut plus avoir peur ou la copie. Voulons lui guider. Aller ici, aller là-bas, de tel kilométrage. C'est ça. C'est ça.
Literally been with us for about 15 minutes. Solid French. Just having this fat convo with us. And other than every now and then repeating a word, it's been completely one-sided.
Bon chemin, bonne route, et puis bonne chance. Ne vous en faites demander. Demandez quand la nuit, il fallait se reposer. Pénétrer ou dans l'église ou dans un milieu clair. Demandez, nous sommes des voyageurs. Veuillez de nous aider. Oui, c'est ça. Je suis seulement venu vous aider.
Still no left.
Sante, merci. Shame, it seems that everywhere we stop, pokos and chairs get brought out for us, so it's really nice, Shame. Such a nice gesture. Merci. Thank you. It's probably one of the most deserted roads we've ever picked on, so we really are at the mercy here of some random lorry traveling across here. So it's too hot really to make any ground walking anyway. Amazing. We're ending day 3 on the road from Lusala to Gemina. Still unsuccessful of hitching, so it's obviously nearing dark and we're kind of entering into this thick forest. No tent, no mosquito net.
Pots are falling all over the place.
And we're kind of a little bit disheartened. I mean, it's quite a cool adventure, but we just literally don't know what's in there. So it's a little bit daunting, seeing all sorts of funny insects and stuff like that. We're all sore from walking for 3 days, so we really are hopeful of a truck. Apparently there's travel at night, so we'll see. Like our first sort of venture off deeper into the forest. And it's just so humid, it's so damp. It just feels so buggy and like, we're obviously so underprepared for it. We've literally just walked in here to have a look. Actually, we had the risk of missing a truck, so we don't want to go too deep, but we haven't yet had a chance to mission through the jungle, so we saw this little path and we couldn't resist coming and seeing what's down here. So it's so much cooler than you expect in what you read in books and what you think it's going to be like. It's just, it's phenomenal. I've never understood the concept of being enamored with a place until the Congo jungle. But this is just a taste. We know that the fullness of the jungle is still far away. It's almost like an invite. And we know that by our next step we're accepting whatever comes. After 67 kilometers of walking, our bodies are tired and Jordan is looking worse for wear. We're desperate for a lift and simply can't afford to miss a truck. I've lost the tent, so we decide to just sleep in the road, knowing that that will force anyone passing to stop. All we can do is hope that they're going in the right direction.
Finally got a lift to Gemina. This truck came past at about 1 in the morning. We were just sleeping on the side of the road and we were woken up by the headlights. So yeah, it's nice to be driving instead of walking, but at the same time we're sitting on top of the engine here, so we're just sweating. It's like a sauna. Luke's kind of passed out, but we don't know how long it's going to take because it's such slow going. The roads are terrible.
Jordan's really struggling with the heat in the car, and I realize he's running a major fever. I'm starting to think it might be malaria, which would be a huge problem, but I don't say anything because there's not much we can do anyway. I lost all the medicine and malaria tests in my bag, so all we can do is push on and get off at the next town, wherever that may be. Seeing Jordan so man down, I'm realizing what a godsend the truck actually was, because I genuinely don't know how much more walking he could have done. So we just got out of the ridiculously hot bus drive from Lusala on our way to Gemina, and George is having a fever of note. He's got a really, really high temperature, so we're assuming it's malaria, judging by our amounts of contact with mosquitoes. So.
Après 15 minutes.
Say again?
Après 15 minutes.
Après 15. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
This is a business. C'est le test BF et ça oui. Et ligne de contrôle dans les fenêtres des résultats.
Positive isn't
It's good.
It's good, eh? No malaria.
No malaria.
Oh, okay, merci.
It's good.
Positive means two
No,
things.
c'est positif. Positive is you have malaria. Yeah. You understand? You have a malaria. You are negative. You are positive.
So he does have malaria. It's bad.
So, what do I do now?
Key.
Injection.
Injection.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to just show him that set of 3 pills?
This one is good.
Yes, I have.
It's good, eh?
Yes.
So I take. I hope this is the right one. No English, so I don't know if this is like a generic or... Is there like a hospital anywhere here?
What?
Like, is there a hospital? Just to make sure.
The hospital?
Yeah.
I don't see.
No hospital.
The comedy of Jordan's diagnosis throws us a bit, and it feels like a weird joke until he collapses in the market. The fever hits him so quickly, and what's most worrying is that if the signs a few days ago were the start of his malaria, we've caught it very late, which makes it extremely dangerous. We've been missioning around together since being in nappies, and we've already been through so much, so my instinct tells me he'll be alright. But another part of me feels like we're starting to lose this whole thing. This pretty much sums up the mood of our trip at the moment. Or doom and gloom, man. It's been 3 days of walking, over 40 days since we last contacted home, and we finally lost track of where we are. The effect of the language barrier has really hit, and I realize we don't even know the name of this town. I find myself thinking, if we just vanished here, how long would it take for people back home to find out? No one's saying it yet, but for the first time I know we're all thinking about turning around. We're stuck here, there's no electricity, no internet. We're desperately trying to communicate back home. Giving George another malaria test. Turns out Jordan's got 2 strands of malaria.
It's the closest I've ever felt to dying.
Right now, all we can do is wait. It's terrible.